Affirmation for today is, I am beginning to understand that there will always be more to want. There will always be more to want. Good morning, Nicole. I am beginning to understand that there is no end to my wanting. It's never going to end. I'm just going to keep wanting and wanting and wanting. After I get that thing that I want, I'm going to want another thing. So I'm not going to beat up on myself for wanting things. I am not going to spend too much time thinking about the new desire that I just gave birth to. I'm just going to keep moving onwards to the next desire, to the next thing that I want. Good morning, Wendy. Hi, Patty. See? When we get that kind of an attitude towards our desires, it eliminates, completely removes from the picture any kind of attachment. And that is a good thing. So, when you see something and you appreciate it, you are in fact giving birth to a preference, and a preference that you give birth to is a desire. So important to understand that. When I go and order pizza and I want to put this topping on it, that is my preference and it is my desire. And because I have the belief that whatever topping I choose on the board is going to be available in the store, I always get the pizza I want. But imagine going to the store thinking, oh, they may or may not have the toppings that I want. So now, on my way to the store, I am going to worry about whether or not they will have my favorite toppings. So now we've introduced resistance into the picture. And guess what? When you get to the store, when you do it that way and you get to the store, they might tell you, oh, we ran out. And that is because you gave birth to your preference, but you doubted. You doubted that they would have it. And then what happens is the first time they don't have it, the next time on your way to the store, you've already put yourself in that mode. You've already put yourself in the mode that says, what I want may not be there. And how disappointing is that going to be? So you put yourself in the disappointment mode even before you arrive at the store and find out whether or not they have what you want. And I want you to know that the universe has a store that is unlimited. And when you ask, it is always given, except when you get in the way on your journey thinking that the store is empty. So, if we change that attitude and we start thinking everything that we want is available, not only available, it is possible. And not only possible, it is certain. Then we are lining up with what we want. Then we are non-resistant. Then we have no attachment. And that is the key to living life joyfully. Because I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it's not about the topping on the pizza. It's about my being able to enjoy it. So what if I get to the store and the toppings that I want are not there, but toppings that I wanted to try and have never tried before are there, and they get on the pizza? It's up to me whether I think my joy is diminished or enhanced. You see? My joy. Good morning, Jennifer. My joy can be enhanced by thinking that the universe can actually yield to me not only what I asked for, but a couple of things that I didn't even know I was asking for. Because I had a preference and I forgot about it, but the universe remembered. See? So that's why when we repeat this affirmation to ourselves, I am beginning to understand that there will always be more to want. Always be more to want. I don't have to get attached to any of the things that I want. So today I put out there that I want this type of relationship. Tomorrow I might add more things to it. My desire is not static. It is not carved in stone. My desire is always evolving. And I might not be keeping up with my desire, but the universe sure is. The universe knows exactly what I want, exactly where to find it, and how to bring it to me, provided I leave the door of possibility open, provided I'm able to tell myself, yes, it is possible, instead of telling myself all the different reasons why it may not be possible. And that, my dear friends, is the secret. That is the secret to easy manifestation. When we think about things in a manner that is lighthearted, I'm not going to spend too much time thinking about this thing that I want, because I know that the universe has it. It is there. And now all I have to do literally is to forget about it. And when I do that, when I am not thinking about it, I'm not getting in the way. I know, because I've been that way as well. We spend all day thinking about pros and cons, thinking about what could go wrong, thinking about, will that person say this to me, or will they decide to say this, or maybe they'll decide to say this. Will they say what I want them to say? We spend our whole day turning that upside down in our heads. And what that does is it splits our energy, and it does not allow that thing that we want to come through, because we are waffling. We are going from one side to another side. Nicole, it doesn't matter if it's a big thing or a small thing, because the universe does not see anything as big or small. You do. That's how we make a button into a castle, a molehill into a mountain, right? We make things big or small. Things are not big or small. Things are just things. And it's okay to want them. And it's okay to keep wanting more and more and more, provided you stop looking for the manifestation. Just enjoy giving birth to the desire. Because the thing is, when you give birth to a desire, you feel good. Doesn't it feel good to dream about that castle that you want to live in? So, or that person that you want to spend your time with, or whatever other form of success that you want. Thinking about the success always takes us up the emotional scale. It's when we think about all the reasons that we can't get here that we go down. So the better thing to do is to just get off the subject. Because when you get off the subject, sure, you're not generating the joy, but you're also not generating the resistance. And you don't have to generate the joy, because you're always on your way. What you have to do is to stop generating the resistance. That's all. So let's take an example. This is something that Abraham talks about quite often, is if you're driving a car and suddenly there's a big tree right in the middle of the path, on the middle of the road. If you're going at 5 miles an hour, it's not a big problem. You can stop. But if you're going at 100 miles an hour, you're going to crash into that tree. So this is what happens in terms of our desires. When we have a desire and we forget about it, then our desire, that car that I'm going to call desire, there's actually a movie called that, right? That car that is my desire, because I'm not hung up on that desire, I just gave it some thought and then I left it alone. That the speed of that car is just 5 miles an hour because I haven't spent all day thinking about this thing that I want. Maybe it's a pile of money that I want, but I just thought about it. Wouldn't it be nice if, and then I let it go. So that car is moving at 5 miles an hour. If there is resistance on the way that says, oh, you can't win that lottery, but if I'm just going at 5 miles an hour and I don't win the lottery, my disappointment is not going to be huge because I was not going fast enough. That desire, I did not make it important enough. So I was able to stop when I saw the tree and no harm done. So what? I didn't win. It's okay. Right? But if I spend a lot of time thinking about this thing that I want, if I don't win this lottery, my life is going to come to an end. All the things that I want to do are going to come crashing down upon me. I won't be able to keep my commitments. Everything in my life is going to go wrong. Now it's the same desire, the desire to win the lottery, but it's no longer a molehill or a button. It is now a big freaking mountain or castle. So now, because you spent so much time thinking about it, you are going at 100 miles an hour. And because your belief against that is so big, because you spent an equal amount of time thinking about the desire and the things that get in the way of that desire, now you're not going to be able to stop that car. And so what will end up happening is that you will crash into that big freaking tree. And when you have that accident, now that's what takes you right down here to the depths of despair. Nothing I do ever works. I never win. There's no hope for me now. I didn't win that lottery I needed to win. So the whole world is going to come crashing down upon me. And when you have that sort of attitude, when you start spending time here, now what happens is you are attracting all sorts of other things that match this vibration. So other things that you did not ask for will easily flow into your life because they are reflecting to you what you're doing with your thoughts. It's as simple as that. When our thoughts are clear and positive, we only ever manifest good things, right? So if you're able to stop the car at 5 miles an hour, you're able to stop that car before it hits the tree. Now you have the opportunity to do the thinking work that goes around the tree. So the universe can lead you around the tree and you keep going. Whereas if you were going at 100 miles an hour, you crash into the tree. Now you have to stay there and spend that time to recover before you can either chop that tree down or go around it. In either case, recovery is needed. So that's why if you give birth to a desire and then you just stop thinking about it, you do yourself a huge favor, because when you don't activate the desire anymore, you also don't activate the resistance that is getting in the way of achieving the desire. So it's us, because we create that tree that gets in the way. So if we just get out of the car, if we no longer ride that car called desire, then there's no opportunity for that accident to happen. We won't even have to stop the car because we just got out of it. We just got out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and find that car that has no negative beliefs on its path, no trees on its path. Which subject is that? That is nature. That is my puppy, who is today, this morning, in my daughter's bed, and therefore not here with me. So you just get into another car. This car is called My Love for Trees. Oh my God, are they gorgeous just now? They got washed yesterday and the colors are so vibrant and they look so beautiful. And when I go out and look at them, I feel so happy. That's the car I'm going to ride for the rest of the day. Because that car has no trees on the path, even though the car is all about trees. There are no negative beliefs that get in my way of loving trees. And so that car can go at 5 miles an hour or it can go at 100 miles an hour. It doesn't matter because it has no trees on the path. And so the more speed I give that car, the faster it goes. Where is it going? Up the emotional scale. And when I get to the top here, maybe at satisfaction, maybe at joy or eagerness or hope, it doesn't matter. When I get up here, then that other thing that I wanted will flow into my life easily. Why? Because I wasn't activating all the resistance that was on the path to achieving it. That's why.